is being involved in negotiations and discussions regarding all of us with union matters and go about how really to make health workers have a better working condition.
NDLEA confirms the arrest of terrorists fleeing from Kuje Correction Center after attack. And from the foreign scene, whereabouts of Sri Lankan President and Prime Minister remains unknown 2 days after protesters' onslaught. Thanks for joining us on the news tonight. Uluwatoyin Omodara is my name. Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu says all hands must be on deck to overcome the challenges of brain drain in the health sector. The governor, while receiving the Southwest leadership of the Nigeria Medical Association in Akure, appreciated health workers and agencies in the region for their support following the Osrc terror attack. Akeredolu said his administration will continually prioritize the welfare of workers in the state public service. Government House correspondent Wahab Bankole has details of the visit.
The Southwest leadership of the Nigerian Medical Association was led to the governor's office in Akure by its chairman, Dr. Oladayo Ogunlaja, to condole with the state and its people following the recent church terror attack in Owo. He applauded the governor for promoting impactful governance in the state and the region while advocating truth and equity in matters of national interest.
If the intervention was not quick and rapid, a lot more people would have died. So we want to appreciate you for that intervention, and we want to also conclude with you. Not because you are from Owo, but because you are the governor of this Sunshine State. And you did what is needful. I want to use this opportunity on behalf of all the doctors in the Southwest to appreciate you for that you have done, sir. In that critical period of time, a lot of blood would have been lost, and blood is the saving. So we mobilize our members to donate blood and to even give other consumables to assist the injured and the dead.
Dr. Ogunlaja stressed the need for the welfare of health workers to be prioritized towards promoting affordable healthcare services. Governor Akeredolu appreciated the visit and described the June 5 church terror attack as satanic.
The doctors or the health workers came to our aid in many ways. Doctors who are not necessarily resident or were not working in FMC or Assembly that were there to assist. And I must also thank our students in the College of Health Technology. I mean, our students, I think they had over 75 pints or so. Everybody washing and they were getting blood. Our Unimed, everybody got involved because of an emergency that was overwhelming. There was no way FMC could do everything. So eventually we found out a few things that were also beyond them. We had to move some to UCH, some to Ife to UCH. At least the federal government also said that they should treat people for free. They should not take money from them. They did in FMC.
According to him, the state government will not relent efforts to further secure the state and the people. He described brain drain in the health sector as unfortunate, stressing that all hands must be on deck to address it. He reaffirmed the commitment of his administration to the welfare of workers in the state public service.
Your chairman here is being involved in negotiations and discussions regarding all of us with union matters and go about how really to make health workers have better working condition.
Wahab Bankole, Osrc News.
Ondo State House of Assembly says it will continue to support every move that will bring succor to the people and fast-track development of the state. The Chairman House Committee on Environment during an inspection tour of some projects of the Nigerian Erosion and Watershed Management Project, NEWMAP, in the state assured citizens that the House will not compromise standard. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshiliola Adesoye now reports.
Members of the House Committee on Environment, led by its chairman and majority leader of the House, Oluwole Ogunmolashuyi, inspected the nearly completed road projects and culverts at River Jordan in Urele and Ayika in Okitipupa local government areas of the state. Mr. Ogunmolashuyi, who expressed satisfaction with the quality of job done so far by the Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project NEWMAP in the state, appreciated Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu for giving the people succor and reasons to have total trust in his administration. While commending NEWMAP for a job well done, the majority leader noted that the projects will fast-track development of the area and charge beneficiaries on proper maintenance of the projects to ensure sustainability.
So amazing, and then I give thanks to Almighty God, and I also appreciate our Mr. Governor that deemed it fit to put this construction on this particular area, because the community have suffered a lot, because due with my interaction with the community leaders, and then they make it clear that about 15 to 20 years that this road was not motorable.
The state project coordinator of NEWMAP, Mr. Marcus Adewodu, who said that the projects were achievable with the support of the state government under the Akeredolu administration, also said another 4 communities have been mapped out for intervention soon.
The level of completion in this road is 98%.
The team of the lawmakers also visited the palace of the regent of Ayeka Kingdom, Princess Oluyemi Bajowa, who thanked the state government for the major intervention, which according to her will go a long way in bringing development to the area. As part of the project, waste collection tricycles and other equipment were also donated to the benefiting communities for proper waste management in order to avert blockage of drainages, and a sum of 500,000 as take-off grants to the communities for the maintenance of the equipment. Omoshiliola Adesoye, Osrc News.
The selection process of a new Olufon for the headquarters of Osrc local government area of Ondo State is generating reactions from concerned individuals. Latest is coming from the Umuagba ruling house, as contained in a statement by the family head, Prince Adekolu Odogion, and family secretary, Prince Tony Adepoyigi, justifying the selection of Prince Adelanke Odogion from the Umuagba ruling house by the state government to fill the vacuum created by the demise of Obadeguka Adeusi in November 2020. The ruling house emphasized the steps taken by the state government at a meeting with stakeholders presided over by the Deputy Governor, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, at the Governor's office in Accra, where a unanimous decision of all parties present granted leave to the state government to wade into the selection process. The statement said the family met and selected their candidate, Prince Adelanke Odogion, a legal practitioner and past national president of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA. The Umuagba ruling house in the statement refuted claims of disaffection among its people over the selection process, assuring that the 4 indigents at home and abroad are anxiously waiting for the installation of a new Olufon. Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Murtala Ajaka, has called on Nigerians to ignore opposition parties' sentiment of religion, saying the choice of Senator Kashim Shettima as vice presidential candidate had unsettled their camps. The call is coming on the heels of the warning by the new Nigeria People's Party that fielding Shettima as Tinubu's running mate would be the final nail that would seal the ambition of the former Lagos State Governor. Tinubu had announced the former governor of Borno State as a substantive running mate after he had a closed-door meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari at his residence in Daura on Sunday. The announcement also coincided with the withdrawal of the APC placeholder Ibrahim Masari, who earlier stepped down as the vice presidential nominee. Meanwhile, legal practitioner and politician Daniel Bwala has dumped the All Progressives Congress (APC) after the party unveiled a Muslim ticket for the 2023 presidential election. In a tweet announcing the decision, Bwala said it was based on principles and conviction that he owed so dear. Bwala argued that Bola Tinubu's announcement of former governor of Borno State, Kashim Shettima, as his running mate was not good news for the APC, as both Tinubu and Shettima are Muslims. Bwala said the APC has chosen politics over unity and ignored the values of inclusivity, tolerance, common prosperity, and diversity. He also noted that northern Muslims would have voted for a vice presidential candidate who is a northern Christian. In the meantime, governors of the All Progressives Congress have paid a solemn homage to President Muhammadu Buhari at his residence in Daura. After a closed-door meeting with the president, the governor said they were pleased with Bola Ahmed Tinubu's choice of Kashim Shettima as his running mate in the 2023 presidential election. The governors described Shettima as one of Nigeria's finest. The governors who made the trip include Aminu Masari of Katsina, Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano, Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi, Abubakar Bello of Niger, Hope Uzodinma of Imo, Kayode Fahimi of Ekiti, Samuel Lalong of Plateau, and Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa. Speaking after the meeting, Bagudu said a Tinubu-Shettima presidency will complement the achievement of the last 7 years under President Muhammadu Buhari. Let's go on a break now. When we come back, we'll serve you more stories on the news. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook, OSRC TV Ondo, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel, OSRC TV Ondo. Now to the rest of the bulletin. The federal government has been taxed on efficient healthcare system and services towards improving medical care for Nigerians. Wife of Ondo State Governor Betty Anyanwu Akeredolu, while presenting a paper titled Breast Cancer Support Services, the Journey So Far, at the 79th Scientific Conference and Annual General Meeting of the Nigerian Surgical Research Society, NSRS, Ondo 2022, at the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo, lamented the lack of diagnosis medicine in Nigeria. Omori Olangweji reports that the 3-day program was declared open by the governor's wife. The report.
Mrs. Betty Anyanwu Akeredolu fought and survived breast cancer disease 25 years ago and has since taken it upon herself through the Breast Cancer Association of Nigeria, BRECAN, to liberate women from the shackles of the disease. In her paper titled Breast Cancer Support Services, the Journey So Far, at the Ondo 2022 of the Nigerian Surgical Research Society, the governor's wife, who was represented by Mr. Ife Awoyelu of Betty Anyanwu Akeredolu Foundation, BAF, hinged the low survival rate of cancer patients on refusal of medical treatment, hence the need for aggressive awareness. She analyzed the World Health Organization's Cancer Country Profile 2020 and decried Nigeria's poor screening rate, inadequate radiotherapy centers, and high cost of chemotherapy treatment, unlike Morocco and India. She highlighted some of the objectives of BRECAN, which is to increase survival rate, establish BRECAN Center in Ibadan to accommodate patients on treatment schedules, crowdfunding to assist patients' treatment, among others. Mrs. Anyanwu Akeredolu commended the NSRS members for their contributions to patient-centered solutions, said BRECAN would continue to improve the health and safety of breast cancer patients.
Most of us are aware of the situation in places like UCH, where women have to, they have to sleep in corridors, women coming down from other states, coming for radiotherapy, and maybe they miss their session or for whatever reason the queue is too long. They have no place to stay. And so, BRECAN provides this center, we call it the Hope Lodge, where these women who are stranded because they are indigent patients.
National President of the association, Dr. Philemon Okoro, lauded the efforts and contributions of the governor's wife to the fight against cancer, saying the society will continue to improve surgical research in the country. In his remark, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Medical Sciences, UNIMED, Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, said the institution will collaborate with the association to reduce the burden of disease and untimely death.
I want to assure you that we'll continue to support in every way we can, every research endeavor. I do hope that in the next couple of months, so please begin to prepare your research proposal that one in the house to fund research.
The 3-day conference will also feature research presentations to improve healthcare in the country. Omoriola Humbiji, Osrc News.
One of the core values of a purpose-driven government is the absorption and meaningful engagement of youth in the polity. This is why the present administration in Ondo State has availed numerous opportunities for youth to be gainfully employed. One of such incentives provided is the recent skill acquisition and youth empowerment program in conjunction with the Nigerian German Center for Job Migration and Reintegration. Juliet Bona reports that Governor Oluwatimi Akeredolu had recently flagged off the program, which has 500 youth as beneficiaries.
Challenges Nigeria faces in all sectors of the economy, it is evident that youths are worst hit by the effects. The high rates of unemployment coupled with non-existing basic and social securities, Nigerian youths are practically unproductive. Little wonder the youths are now pawns in the hands of non-state actors who lure them into crime among other immoral engagements, from thuggery to armed robbery, cyber fraud to ritual killings, drug abuse to examination malpractice. Nigerian youths rate the highest in Africa. No one is taking responsibility for this heart-rending attribution. In Ondo State, and since assumption of office, the Akeredolu administration has prioritized youth development and empowerment through various programs. One of such programs is the Skill Acquisition and Youth Empowerment Program in conjunction with the Nigerian German Center for Job Migration and Reintegration. The program was launched by Governor Oluwatimi Akeredolu on the 9th of June as one of the key features enshrined in the redeemed agenda. Governor Akeredolu was represented by his Chief of Staff Olugbenga Ale, emphasized that his administration is committed towards youth empowerment in the state.
An opportunity which affords an avenue for young people in the country must be properly utilized by all those who have the obligation to nurture them. Therefore, it is vitally important to appreciate the organizers of this beneficial partnership and collaboration with the private sector.
For almost 1 month, the state government has rigorously trained 500 youths who scaled the first phase of the program. Among these trainees is Ayomide, who is into digital marketing. And just like others seated here, Ayomide says the training will be extremely helpful in adding value to our skill.
I'm really honored to be part of this training. It has been a privilege to me because after this training I'll be able to use it for my business.
With these skills I could be able to do more on my own, even without being employed, but I can still key in.
I feel good by the program the state government is putting to its youth, and I feel excited.
The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Youth Empowerment, Mr. Lincoln Ojo, said the German Institute Assisted Empowerment Program could not have been possible without the support from Governor Oluwatimi Akeredolu.
Anybody that has applied or is in our program is on our database, and we intend to check up on them regularly, because we also have to report back to the institute that look at our people, they are doing very well, come and let's do some more.
He said it is just a tip of the iceberg as government is ready to equip the youth with necessary skills.
On graduation day, apart from graduation certificates they're going to get, the people doing makeup will get a complete makeup kit. The people doing barbing will get a complete barbing kit plus generator. Those doing fish production will get charcoal-driven oven that can dry up to 50 fish.
The Director of Finance and Administration in the agency, Mr. Owe Tuikumo, said the state government has strategized opportunities such as these for youth engagement.
The wait for white-collar jobs is a frustrating one. And to ensure that this frustration does not take avoidable toll on the youths of the state, government has decided to engage these youths systematically in training programs and sessions.
The program, which is in conjunction with the Nigerian German Center for Job Migration and Reintegration, commenced June 9 and will climax next week with presentation of certificates and skill sets empowerment. Concerted efforts, such as being demonstrated in Ondo State, will no doubt change the narrative and position of Nigeria for a rewarding future if sustained. Juliet Buna, OSRC News.
Governorship candidate of the Labour Party, Yusuf Lasson, says a group of gun-wielding men have attacked his residence in Osun State. Lasson, who is a former deputy speaker of the House of Representatives, confirmed the attack while briefing reporters hours after the incident was reported to have taken place. The building is located in Okema area of Ilobu, the hometown of the governorship candidate in the Rekwadun local government area of the state. Narrating how the incident occurred, he explained that the assailant invaded his house very early in the morning and began to shoot sporadically. The governorship candidate believes the attackers who stormed his residence at about 2 a.m. came with the intention of harming him. According to him, a team of police operatives has been drafted to his house and has since inspected the scene and taken custody of evidence. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has confirmed the arrest of one of the wanted terror suspects who escaped during the invasion of the Medium Security Correction Center in Kuje, Abuja by terrorists last week. Over 800 inmates, including all the Boko Haram suspects in custody, were released in an attack for which the Islamic State's West Africa province, ISWAP, had claimed responsibility. It was gathered that one of the escapees had earlier been captured by officers of the Niger Police Force in Nasarawa State over the weekend. Confirming the arrest of the suspect, spokesperson for the NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, noted that the fleeing inmate, Suleiman Sidi, was nabbed at Area 1 Motor Park in the Federal Capital Territory. Recalled that the Nigerian Correctional Service had, after the attack, released the names and pictures of the suspects to enable citizens help in their rearrest. A federal high court sitting in Lagos has ordered the remand of billionaire businessman Okato Malison, who was linked to the suspended Deputy Superintendent of Police, Abba Kyari's alleged 3 billion naira drug deal. Justice Peter Alifo remanded Okato alongside one of his co-defendants, Sunday Ibekwute. Both defendants pleaded not guilty to the charge of conspiracy, trafficking in over 300 kilograms of tramadol, as well as unlawful dealing and possession of the said banned drug allegations preferred against them by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. Both were arraigned before the court, where the prosecutor, Mrs. Theresa Asukwo, told the court that the alleged offense contravened the law. Justice Lifo adjourned the matter till July 18 for ruling on the bail applications and ordered that both defendants be remanded in the facility of the Nigerian Correctional Services. To the foreign scene now, 2 days after thousands of protesters forced the President and the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka to flee their residences, the two leaders have not been seen in public. While the whereabouts of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa is publicly unknown, officials say the Prime Minister Rani's current address is closely guarded secretly, as before the protesters began marching towards the President's house and his office in capital Colombo on Saturday morning. Police announced an overnight curfew, which was denounced as illegal by legal experts. And still talking foreign news, amid confusion and chaos following the curfew announcement late on Friday, it is believed the President's security made arrangement for Rajapaksa to flee to a safer place. Journalist and political analyst Kusa Pereira says the president's security had the option to take him to a naval camp through an underground bunker built during the presidency of Gotabaya's elder brother, Mahinda Rajapaksa. And to sports, Social Stars FC of Accra have finally surrendered their continental ambitions this season, following a 0-1 loss at home against Remo Stars on March Day 37 of the 2021-2022 Nigeria Professional Football League season. Former Sunshine Stars player and academy product Dayo Joe scored the only goal of the game in the 58th minute as they completed a double over Sunshine Stars in the Southwest Derby this season. As a result, Sunshine Stars dropped to the 9th position with 51 points from 37 games.
Just, a step to the continental slot. The target we had, or that I was given before the move, was to ensure that the team sustained premiership status. But thank God we have gone this far. I think we can still, invest a lot to ensuring that we get that slot. So just one game, we are there. Our fate is in our hands. Well, I think sometimes you have it rough. It makes your history a complete one. You have it smooth, you have it rough, and whichever way it has come, to the glory of God, my joy was that the team did not go on relegation.
To end the results news at 7, here again are the major stars. Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has called for concerted effort at addressing brain drain in Nigeria's health sector. The governor made the call while receiving the Southwest leadership of the Nigerian Medical Association on a condolence visit over a recent Owo church attack. And also, the National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has confirmed the rearrest of a wanted terrorist who escaped from Kuje Correctional Facility during last week's terror attack. And from the foreign scene, the whereabouts of the President and the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka has remained unknown days after protesters invaded their residence. And that's it on the news at 7. Thanks for watching. Good evening.